problems are you facing here today? There's a lot of misinformation out there, especially on social media. How is this changing how newsrooms operate?
I just want to point out Jeremy's headshot, just from that Jeremy's used AI in the preparation of his headshot, and we all look like we didn't use AI in the preparation of our headshot. Sorry, Jeremy, but we can.
Whether that's a permissible use.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think we were talking before that it was just before the eclipse last week. Don't tell my legal department. This is a clear and present danger, to use a Hollywood term. For CBS News and stations, we've taken a critical step towards how we address this issue, and we're doing that from basically because we're being bombarded. Hundreds of thousands of examples where fake information or fake content comes into our newsrooms over many months, and it's getting worse. So our response is to launch CBS News Confirmed, which is a combination of editorial oversight and scrutiny and intelligence, training and development for all our teams, so that everyone is more aware of the risk profile and also the sorts of things that we should be looking for, because frankly it's changing rapidly. And then thirdly, I think technology has a role to play in combating the technology. And so we're very happy to use AI to combat AI in this circumstance, and there's a number of proof of concepts we've been doing in this world to try and help give us protection. So a three-pronged approach from our point of view, because the attack is real and it's absolutely aggressive, and no longer is it state actors. It could be a teenager in his garage. And the impact and the risk to our brand is as great, regardless of who's the original source for the content.
So as this misinformation is spreading just faster than you can possibly react, faster than you can verify the stories, how do you react to that? How do you operate in this world?
So I'll add to what Ross said. I think for Univision in particular, we have everything that Ross said, but on top of that, our core audience is often an audience that is new to this country, that doesn't speak the language, and so they're sometimes at a disadvantage for being able to combat a lot of the disinformation and to having the tools and knowing where to get the tools. And so, on top of all the struggles that we're very mindful, I should say, of that, and of maintaining our credibility before the audience, and of making sure that they have the tools for that. And so, some of the things we do, we sort of have a multi-pronged approach. And so we have, like CBS, we have authenticating, which was the first Spanish language lie detector, truth mythbuster in the US. And we're very proud of that, and we actually, we have it, you can see it online, on social media, and we get the information to debunk from various sources, and a lot of it is directly from the communities. And so we have a very clear, a lot of communication with third-party organizations, like a lot of the Hispanic voter organizations that are on the ground. And what they hear, a lot of it, they start hearing the same misinformation a lot. They'll come and tell us, and we'll escalate it to our news teams, and we'll make it part of the things that we cover on El Detector. And that we have a local version of that that's extremely local for each of our local markets, and then we have the national one. So we try to attack it a lot of ways, and every way really gets back down to our audience and making sure that we have a direct connection to our audience, and that our audience has a direct connection to us and to our news teams to be able to let us know what is the information that they're getting, so that then we can address it in those ways.
Do you find that there's a tension between debunking misinformation and amplifying it if people haven't heard the misinformation in the first place?
Yeah, particularly, I think where we struggle most with this is for example, the fake Biden recording of whatever the message was in Wisconsin or wherever about him going. How do you report on it and debunk it without using it? And if you use it, how do you label it as such that nobody will cut it and continue to amplify it, right? I think it's sort of a core journalism concern even before AI, but it's amplified because how do you, label your photos or whatever when you're using it to do that? It's a real challenge. If somebody's not going to listen to your whole story, or they're just going to clip